Aloha, everyone. I hope you're choosing to make the most of your opportunities today. Welcome to Dr. P's Facets of Life series. This is pod number 28. Today's topic, coping with your struggles. What is struggle? Well, struggle is a common or an uncommon experience that elicits from oneself a reaction to discomfort, dissatisfaction, frustration, and generally negative emotions. Let me first share with you some quotes I've found recently that really touch on this topic and resonate with me. Oprah Winfrey said, "Where there is no struggle, there is no strength." An anonymous writer said, "Some people create their own storms, then get upset when it rains." Finally, Robert Brault said, "Family life is a daily struggle to turn love into happiness." Now, there are many kinds of struggle ranging in intensity and difficulty from chronic annoyance to seriously debilitating. Some examples of struggle are as follows: financial, health, family, work, and personal struggles with oneself and self-perception. Struggle should not become an identity, but it does seem to be a necessary part of life. No one really wants struggle, but without it, we may not reach our full potential. It seems that so often great success almost always comes from some kind of struggle. Today's struggles are a way of developing the strength you may need tomorrow. That was a quote by an anonymous source, by the way. I will assume that each of us is aware at some level when we are struggling with some facet of our lives. The problem is less about the particular struggle itself and more about the way in which we try to mitigate or overcome our struggles. In that regard, let me suggest that you try an approach that I find to be a pragmatic method. This starts with a personal assessment. It requires that you be brutally honest with yourself. This honesty is the only way to increase the odds of being successful. I want you to create a written storyboard that helps you to see in black and white what things trigger negative emotions and/or feelings of frustration, futility, or bewilderment. The way this works is this. You write down in a column all of your positive attributes and strengths. Then you write down in another column all of your negative attributes and weaknesses. This should help you have a better understanding about why you lean towards certain behaviors, whether productive or destructive. After you've done that, write down some I statements. These statements should describe how you feel and what your thoughts are during times of greatest struggle. An example would be this. When I try to communicate with so-and-so, it seems as though it is always taken the wrong way. And then things get heated and we argue. Or, whenever I think about the untimely loss of my loved one or multiple loved ones, I can't sleep. I feel hopeless. I withdraw and I just feel like crap all the time. It lasts for days at a time. Now, those are just two examples out of any number of scenarios that can be experienced. So, what is needed here is to try to get to the root cause of what makes you feel like you are struggling rather than coping and managing things better. Perhaps you spread yourself too thin with your chosen roles in life. Perhaps you need to learn to change some of your coping skills. Notice that I used the word change in the last sentence. When you're struggling with anything, it is helpful to ask yourself these three questions. What do you want in this situation? What are you currently doing to get what you want? And how is your current coping approach working for you? When an approach is not working for you, guess what? It is time for a change in that approach. You do that either by reasoning through things in a way that you choose to view things differently, by enlisting the help of a friend or loved one, or by seeking help from a professional. On another front, perhaps you're struggling with some kind of devastating loss that never seems to improve or allow you even a moment's peace, seemingly never dissipating over time. The reality is that in this type of situation, you may need to consider consulting with a mental health professional. You might need to learn in a new way how to process your thoughts and feelings. Some of life's struggles are a result of real emotional trauma. Emotional trauma is not defined equally for everyone. It is a very individualized experience, even though it has similarities we all share. Emotional trauma is usually a result of extraordinary stressful events that upset your sense of security. Emotional trauma can be caused by grief, separation, severe humiliation, physical or emotional abuse, or a life-threatening accident. Some common symptoms of emotional trauma could be sleeplessness, fatigue, inability or difficulty with concentration, racing heart, edginess, agitation, aches and pains, muscle tension, or even depressive episodes. The ability to maintain a desirable quality of life is definitely impaired by not being able to mitigate and manage your struggles, no matter the circumstances. So, as a beginning, try to accept fully what exists and the things we have no control over. Allow yourself to feel your natural feelings without fighting or denying them. Be open to changing how you view things and open to the possibility that you may need professional help. I hope I've shed some light on this topic for you today. I understand that if you are mired in struggles, it is very difficult to feel grateful, but gratitude is still the best attitude, and I believe the more you focus on that thought, the easier it might be to resolve some struggles in life. This is Dr. P saying aloha.